right, ladies? Big Friday afternoon. There has been a wild announcement in the menopause world that Tamsen Fadal, an award-winning journalist and menopause advocate and filmmaker, has just launched the M Factor, which is now live on PBS. So all of us women having hot flashes are clamoring to check this out. So a couple things, I just wanted to break it down. First and foremost, this is the first documentary ever on the health crisis called menopause faced by millions of women, including me, who are going through this shitstorm. In the film, they actually say that menopause is being considered a public health crisis, which I 1,000% agree. We've gone through the mental health crisis. We have gone through all of that. And it's ironic because menopause, in fact, causes a tremendous mental health crisis for many of us women. Check. Perfect storm. They've deemed this as sort of the perfect storm. This is a bias in clinical settings because lack of women-directed research. Board-certified OBGYNs are coming to the forefront and saying that in their medical training, they are receiving less than 1 month of training around menopause. Absolutely shocking. 85% of women, they have an astounding statistic in here that 85% of women are coming to the forefront and saying that their debilitating symptoms are not being addressed by physicians, not being addressed by workplace, not being addressed in society in general. And it's so crazy because all women do not experience heart disease, breast cancer, Alzheimer's, yet all women experience menopause. And the amount and lack of funding and awareness and education that has been dedicated to this, again, public health crisis is horseshit. A couple other takeaways from the M Factor saying that so many women, including myself, time and time again, are being incredibly dismissed by their healthcare practitioners. They're saying that nearly half of women say that their healthcare practitioners are not taking menopause seriously. I have been in that case. I know a lot of other women have been in that situation, and it needs to stop, period. How many of us have actually gone to a physician or gone to a doctor and saying that we're just not feeling right? Something is not feeling well within our bodies. We're not feeling like ourselves, right? We're being dismissed. You know what's crazy is so many of these physicians are saying it's in our head. Well, guess what? Yeah, it's in our fucking head. They're right. Hormones are impacting our brain in more ways than one. All of the symptoms are being discussed in this documentary, which is fascinating. I know that so many of us women are having it: brain fog, decreased libido, increased anxiety, heart fluctuations, some of the more rare symptoms that women are not discussing. And again, so many women are really coming forth and saying, hey, listen, I just am not feeling like myself. During this hormonal shift, women are feeling like they're losing confidence in their executive functioning. They can't do small tasks like the way that they used to. They're losing word cognition. And imagine how the impact of this is impacting us as a society, right? Women are multitaskers of the world. And you can only imagine that due to menopause and these symptoms not being addressed, the loss in productivity, the loss in wages, the loss in human capital, it's crazy. Why still to this day is so little research being done and so few dollars being allocated to what's being called a public health crisis? The most damaging thing about all of this is we've made ourselves afraid of something that our own body makes. So kudos to all of the people out there who have supported this film. Kudos to the filmmakers, this extraordinary woman who is getting out there and saying, we as women are not going to stand for it anymore. We are not going to stand for it. We want to be heard. We want to feel empowered. We want investment in this incredibly disruptive thing that is happening in our lives. So, Tamsen Fadal, cheers to you, girlfriend. I hope that all of you have an opportunity to watch this film. And we'd love to discuss it as a group. You know, after we do watch it, I know that there's a couple questions that have really been plaguing me. What parts of the film are really best describing how you as a woman going through this menopausal journey is feeling, right? Are you shocked? Are you not surprised? Are you overwhelmed by all this information? Are you motivated and feeling more empowered? And then, what do you think that has truly been the factor all of these years that has contributed to the lack of awareness around menopause? Is it the fact that we have a bunch of dickheads running the US government and they are in control of the funding? Is there a gender bias in medicine? Is there just an overall lack of knowledge in most physicians? Not to their fault, but because they're not receiving the training amongst this. Still to this day, are there sort of a lack of physicians or experts or specialists who are not being trained nor have resources to be able to provide to us women? So, curious, love for you all to watch the trailer. I covered a lot of these tips, and hey, let's all of us get on board. We're going to be on the menopause train sooner or later, so you better get on board right now. Have these conversations with your daughters, have these conversations with your friends, have these conversations with your mothers, because they were not having the conversations with us like we needed. So let's move it forward, ladies. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend.